Alright, what is this clip?
Yeah, shit took way too long. I mean,
no, just the whole situation, like it's really, really
no,
tilting.
like I agree. I mean, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this because I kind of don't want to play if, like, you know, it's Agurin's team, and Agurin doesn't want to play. So like, why the fuck would I play? He asked us to play the second split, making us think we're playing with him, and now we're playing swapped.
Set the circle. Yeah. And we'll just completely ruin every other region as well, Atlas.
That sounds really like difficult, but very cool.
Apparently,
like
some
a
shit's
sports
going on
anime type,
in the Prime League.
type of vibe. I'm into it.
You know, was you guys here when I told you that Agurin's team wasn't playing with their main roster for like 3 weeks straight, and Agurin was in NA, and then Agurin needed a break, and then Agurin didn't play with his team. Basically, what happened is now the Prime League have said, you guys haven't submitted your roster for the first 4 weeks of the split, you're trolling us, or some shit. So you're gonna be disqualified from the league, you're being demoted to the second tier, and you're losing your E-Master spot.
He got focused, and the bottom lane was a disaster, as we expected, but there is the ability to right the ship. We'll see whether KT can do so as we go to a short break. When we get back,
Situation recap. Across 4 out of 5 games, CGN either did not submit an eligible lineup, or submitted one that was incorrect. On match day 4, CGN again failed to submit a complete eligible lineup. However, for the 5th and final game, the wrong lineup was submitted again. Decision, disqualification. Following our first communication on the situation, we want to inform you that we have officially disqualified CGN from Division 1, effective immediately. All season points they've earned will be set to 0. As a result, the team will lose its eligibility for the season finals and forfeits its previously secured spot at the EU Masters Summer. Their competitive year in Division 1 ends here. They will automatically move to Division 2, where they are eligible to compete in future splits. In addition to these sporting sanctions, the team will receive a financial penalty. Holy shit, man. They just fucking unleashed on them. So I think what happened was, Agurin has a team called CGN. They won the Prime League last split. They had enough points from spring and winter to qualify to EU Masters, regardless if they finished last place in summer or some shit. So in summer, Agurin, well, before summer started, Agurin went to NA to try and get rank 1 in NA. And then he was supposed to come back for the start of the split, but he actually decided to stay like 2 weeks longer or some shit to try and get it. So they had to play with subs for the first few weeks. And then Agurin came back and said like he was really burnt out and had some personal issues going on, so he still couldn't play. And then they kept submitting like lineups that couldn't compete or had different subs every week. And then eventually they just got disqualified. I don't know if they actually ever had a week where they just didn't play and they just automatically lost by not having a roster. Did they ever have it where... Oh, twice. Oh, so twice they forfeited the games or what? Twice they forfeited. Twice they got auto-lose. Oh, here it says here. Game was forfeited, and then the team was unable to compete, and the game was forfeited. So the first 3 series, they had emergency subs, and the last 4 and 5 series, they just had to forfeit. Because they didn't have enough players. And then they got disqualified. And then Agurins tweeted something. He basically said, as with the previous statement, it appears to us that certain relevant information and context have not yet been provided by the league, despite our efforts to clarify these matters together. We are preparing a transparent and objective statement.
Summer Split mit CGN überhaupt abgelaufen ist. In 4 von 5 Spielen des Summer Splits hat CGN entweder kein
Disqualified. Don't really care for the team statement, aka Agurin. If your team couldn't abide by simple rules even after you got a temporary replacement too, and let's be real here, simply show up and play like it's Swift play, your team deserves a disqualification regulation. I don't know, man. I don't think it's that difficult for a team of adults to submit 5 names correctly to the league and show up on the right time. It just sounds like an organizational nightmare. Because the first week they played with Sendo, Kirei, and Lucky, The second week they played Ascendo, Phantasm, Kirei, and Lucky, so they had the same roster. The third week they played with a guy called Typhoon. Then the fourth week they didn't show up, and the fifth week they didn't show up. If they could just do the bare minimum and organize, being like, hey, when are you back? When is the roster coming together? Give us a date. Okay, let's just fucking tank it with subs for a couple weeks, and then let's get on the horse. And if the conversation was, no, I don't want to play, I'm done, then fair enough. You just fucking say, we're gonna disqualify ourselves, see you later. So yeah, I think the bare minimum you could do is at least figure out and talk to each other when you're competing, if you're competing, and when the roster's coming back together, and what you're gonna do until that happens. It sounds like everyone was just like... No, everyone was just mad at each other or what, like... I don't get it. I really now realize you are not a fraud. What do you mean? Is growing up realizing that Caedrel was not a fraud all along? Like, what do you want about that? You actually do work for Lost Ratones, damn. What do you mean I work for Lost Ratones? What? What do you mean I work for Lost Ratones? Any news on Lost Ratones? News on Lost Ratones? No news. No, not really. We're still trying to figure out if we're able to do EU Masters or not. It's just really annoying because you know, you like make plans and you start organizing things, and then out of nowhere, it's not like we were given the EU Master schedule before that announcement. We saw the EU Master schedule on the announcement. We weren't told. No team was told before. They just randomly announced it and said, here are the tickets. So we kind of sat there and we were like, what the fuck? Yeah, it being in November was a complete shock, you know. Like, I thought that EU Masters was September. It was just going to be start of September till the end of September, and that's it. But it's not even that. It's October. It's like there's not just... The EMEA Masters Finals is not the only day of EMEA Masters that's during Worlds. There's like 4 other days of EMEA Masters that are during Worlds days. Whether it's group stage or quarterfinals. It's not just the finals. The schedule is fucking awful. So we're making plans, organizing shit, and then boom. Surprise, there's actually no EU Masters in September. It's in middle of October, end of October to November.
I should not describe
It's fine, you just need to listen more.
Yeah,
He explains it very clearly.
my bad.
So it is okay. We'll figure it out. You know, it's not. It's just. I wish the only thing I'm trying to say from this is I wish they told us like a few weeks before they announced it, being like, hey guys, we're thinking of doing this, and I could be like, oh okay. It wasn't even that. It was just here's an announcement. I was like, what the fuck?
The sidling push, you know?
No, you're talking about actual tempo in a very smart manner. That's not what tempo vibes are about.
Yeah.
I also obviously
I feel like whether it's at the end of this year or the end of next year, I'll do like a full breakdown of what happened with the Lost Ratones and why things happened, and like
the 1v1, which he is, but he's also getting like repeatedly free-manned,
and what the off seasons were like, and like what all the talks were like. Because TLDR, I've tried to open like 20 doors and none of them opened yet. But a couple of them still could.
For me, it's more about how KT as a unit right now.
What is this?
I wanna say it again. KDA is like a big ass. It's nice to look at, but it's not actually what matters. What matters the most is your personality and how you connect with the person. In league terms, what matters the most is damage per kills, and gold earned. Most people, they go and they just see a fat ass, and they're like, wow, that looks good. Same goes with League of Legends players. They're like, oh wow, 10 kills and 1 death. That's a good looking KDA. That guy did good, you know? But it's so much more that matters in life than your KDA. It doesn't say the whole story.
Baus is modern day fucking Plato.
That's where I'm at.
He just says things
is an interesting series.
that just make sense. Aristotle, that's it. He just says things
or tiebreaker, I should say, but like
that make you really think. You know what I'm saying?
Remaining a bit of a mystery here, but I like that. It's like when they lean into I can